My name is Amelia, and this is my outline. We have the topic rights, and I chose the topic of apartheid in South Africa. I picked this topic because of the recent death of Nelson Mandela. I've always thought that he was a very important figure in the fighting for black people's rights, and I've looked up to him for a long time. Yeah. His death has also raised a lot of questions as to what happens now in South Africa. Who's gonna hold the nation together? Stuff like that. So apartheid is basically the separation of races. The idea kind of started during this time where South Africa was a Dutch colony. White people would have blacks as slaves, so white people would be like the ruling race. The National Party, which was the ruling government from 1948 to 1994, carried this idea on and said that there were four groups of people in this world. Whites, blacks, reds, and yellows. The white people were the ruling race. These groups needed to be separated, and that was a way of nature. At least that's what they said. So to separate them, they would make different sections. For instance, in restaurants, there'd be a section for blacks and whites, or like on trains, there would be an entrance for whites and blacks. So yeah. At a point, the National Party also said that blacks were not allowed to vote, which I think they did because 80% of the population in South Africa are blacks, and the black did not share the same opinion as the National Party, so they probably wouldn't vote for them, so they have to do something to keep being the government. Yeah. So Nelson Mandela was like, this is not alright, what the National Party's doing, which it wasn't. So he was a big front figure for fighting against apartheid. He lived from the 18th of July 1918 to the 5th of December 2013. He was originally named Rolihlahla. I can't really pronounce it, but on his first day of school, all the kids in his class were given a British name, and his teacher was like, "You're called Nelson now." So yeah, he quickly gained an interest for African history and culture, which I also think led to him thinking that apartheid was not alright. He spent a lot of time in prison for his beliefs and his opinions and his encouragements to the black people to go against the whites in his demonstrations. But he was one of the lucky ones because most of the people who fought for or against apartheid did get a death sentence. He became the president in 1994. So yeah, cool. Yeah. Apartheid has a lot of similarities to black people's rights in America. It's like they're both about like the separation of races, and they both have one front figure in fighting against this separation. In America, it was Martin Luther King, and in South Africa, it was Mandela. Yeah, they both said this is not supposed to be done the violent way. This is we have to do this non-violent way, way. Mandela did change his mind at a point because of a demonstration that had gone wrong. A lot of black people were shot, and he was very mad about that. So he said, "Okay, we can't carry on we can't go on like this. We have to do something violent. They're not realizing what we mean." But he did change his mind back to non-violent, and yeah, they were both very like black and white men should walk hand in hand. They were not like, "You whites have been discriminating us for so long, and we will not take this no more." So today, black people and white people have the same rights. There is a big economical difference. White people are a lot richer than black people. a lot of white people are also higher educated than black people in South Africa. So I think that the new problems that are raised because of Nelson Mandela's death is if the black people are going to keep progressing to getting better financially and educationally. I think that there needs to be a new Mandela, like a new front figure in South Africa into the world. And that's all I had to say. Goodbye.